Hi everyone, I'm Megan Cook and I'll be your internship advisor this coming semester, whether you're doing your internship in the interim or in the spring this year. Most of you have probably had a meeting with your advisor discussing your internship, and you've probably gotten my email with some attachments on how to go about filling out paperwork for the internship. But I thought I would just introduce myself by video, let you know who I am. I'm a graduate of USF in 2006, and I played volleyball and tennis while I was there. I was an exercise science major and a Spanish minor, and I went on to physical therapy school at Creighton University after graduating from USF. And I've now been a physical therapist for 10 years, and I'm here in Sioux Falls. I've been doing some adjunct teaching in the exercise science department for 4 years now, and I really like it, and I'm excited to be overseeing your internships. And if you have any questions about what sites you could do your internship at, or any questions about the experience in general, just feel free to email me. I'm not usually on campus, at least not until February. I might have some office hours on campus, but I'll let you know and update you on that. I wanted to really quick go through the paperwork that I emailed you. I know there were a lot of attachments, but I thought maybe a little video would kind of help better explain what I expect of you for your paperwork requirements prior to registering. So the most important piece of paperwork to get started on is your internship learning contract. And that looks like this. And that was one of the documents I sent you. It's 2 pages. The first page needs to be completed with your student information, and most of that you'll be able to fill out. I don't know all of you that well, so fill out as much as you can there. The course number, you can just put EXS 395. Okay, that'll be your course number. So if it asks for that on here, then I'm going to show you, it's just an example of one that's partially filled out. The internship structure. Here you can see the department that's awarding the credit is the EXS, Exercise Science Department. The hours of credit for your internship, I wanted to make note of this. You need to decide, whether it's with your advisor or with the registrar, how many credit hours you are going to complete, whether it's in interim or spring. Sometimes that depends on how many other credits you're taking in the semester, and you don't want to overload yourself or have to pay extra for more credits. So discuss that with either your advisor, or the registrar will also have a pretty good idea of how many credits you should sign up for. But it has to be at least 3 credits. That means you'll do at least 120 hours on site at your internship. If you're doing 4 credit hours, you will be required to do 160 hours. So it's 40 credit hours or 40 hours of internship per credit hour. Okay, so either 120 hours or 160 hours. You will be logging those hours on a weekly form, and that you will have access to once you get registered for the course. Okay, so I also wanted to mention on here, so we've got EXS department, then 3 or 4 credits. Then over here, internship taken for a grade or pass, no credit. We're going to do that for a grade, okay? It'll be easy to get a good grade in the internship as long as you show up and you're professional and such, but it is a graded course, not a pass-fail. Okay, so then you're going to put number of hours worked, and you're just going to put 120 or 160, whichever one is applicable to you. You can put your approximate start and end date, which would just be the semester that you're registering for. You'll have the entire semester to complete your hours. Okay, then at the bottom of this, there's also a question of whether this is a paid or unpaid internship. We do allow for paid internships, so if you can find one, great, but most of them are not, so I'll just give you that heads up. At the bottom here, there's some learning objectives and activities, or the tasks I will complete to achieve my objectives. I just want you to jot down a couple things under learning objectives, like things that you might want to learn about on your experience. Hopefully all of you are signing up for an internship that's in a field that you're or that's at a location that might interest you. So there's probably something that you're looking to dive more deeply into. So just jot down a couple learning objectives, like by the end of my internship, I'd like to know how to run a fitness class by myself for the elderly population, or something like that. Okay, so doesn't have to be real detailed. Okay, so that's page 1 there. And then the second page of the internship contract is written assignments. Okay, and so you're just going to have a weekly journal. Okay, then final paper. The rest of this stuff, you don't really have to write a date. We're just going to have a midterm and final meeting, basically, or an evaluation. So don't worry about dates on that. Okay. Also, required readings, you're not going to know that, I mean, unless your internship supervisor has some stuff they want you to read, so that you won't need to do. Special projects, now this is an old one that I had filled out, but you will be required to do a special project and write a paper about it. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be something as simple as designing a brochure of exercises for a client, or doing a little research for your internship supervisor if there's something they need you to research. But that'll just be, your special project will be due by the end of the semester that you're doing your internship in. So that'll be either the end of interim or the end of spring. Okay, then as you get down to the end of this, you've got some required signatures. I want your intern's signature here and the date that you filled it out. And then down here, all of these faculty coordinator signatures and the academic chair signature. Beth O'Toole is the academic chair, and I would be your internship supervisor. But you do not have to meet me in person to get these signatures. If you have everything else filled out on the first and second page of this internship learning contract, you can turn this into the registrar. The registrar will then contact me when the paperwork is in, and I will give my approval, and that gives my signature. So that's what I want you guys to get started on, and that has to be turned in order for you to get registered for the class, which means you'll have access on the LMS course website to get into the course, and you'll see all of your weekly assignments and everything there. So if you do not get this turned in prior to the start of your internship semester, then you will be totally lost because you won't be able to access that on the LMS. So that's your number 1 requirement. Now, once you get registered, you will also see that there is an internship checklist. Okay, and that's this paper here. Okay, I should have attached that with that email too, so you should be able to find this. There are a few requirements for your internship. You have to have proof of CPR certification, okay? Usually those are good for 2 years, so even if you had it a year and a half ago or something, just let me know when your last CPR certification was. If you haven't had it yet, we need you to get certified, whether it's on campus or through an American Red Cross class or whatever it is. But that's just a requirement of USF's internship students. So I also need your professional resume. That can be uploaded to the course website once you're registered. So make sure you get that learning contract, that first form we went over, get that turned in. Then you can log onto the course website and you can submit your resume. There's also an agency information sheet. That's how I know where you're doing your internship, who your supervisor is, how to contact them. That agency information sheet, I attached that as a separate document to you also, I believe, but it's also found within your internship manual, which was another document I sent to you. So it looks something kind of like this here. Internship agency information sheet with your name, the agency that you're going to do your internship at, your supervisor's name, telephone number, their title, and your starting and end date, and what your weekly schedule will be like, and also a little description of your internship. So again, that can be submitted once you're registered for the course through the LMS. So all of these can be turned in electronically once you get in, okay? So I think that's the gist of it for now. I hope this helps give you a little information on what I need from you. Just get it in as soon as you can. I can always sign you up. I mean, you can sign up even if you're not doing your internship until spring. You can sign up now and get registered. So it's never too early to start. If you have any other questions, or if you need me to send you a list of sites that other students have used in the past, just let me know. Again, I have campus email, so you can just respond to one of the emails I've already sent you, and I look forward to meeting you guys all in person. I'm throwing around the idea of having like an open house style session in interim or spring. If this video covers most of what your questions are, then maybe I won't have that little in-person session, but I'm throwing around that idea. So otherwise, the next time we'll be in touch is when you're ready to get started on your internship semester. And yeah, I look forward to it. So thank you for watching the video, and I hope this answers your questions.